So welcome to another episode of Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. Dominic, it's getting late early, as Yogi Berra would say, 60-something days. Mm-hmm. And finally, Kamala Harris listened to your advice. You said over and over again, do an interview. She did an interview on Thursday. How do you think she did?
What interview?
The one on CNN with Dana Bash. Dana Bash.
That's what you call that?
You didn't think it was a good interview? Who do you blame, her or you blame CNN?
Both. In terms of the interview, not much substance at all. And I think that it's, so I don't understand what that shrug meant.
You were begging for an interview, and I kept saying, what's the big deal? People do interviews. They're not so revealing. But you asked me 11 times in one episode. A listener called and let me know that that's how many times you asked for it. Now she did it. Now you don't like the quality of the interview? You're just looking for things to complain about.
No, it's not that I want things to complain about. It was awful.
What jumped out at you?
Well, what jumped out at me is that she had to have Walls there to hold her hand. Walls was there. He ate up a fourth of the time.
But they asked him questions that you had for him.
Okay, and he didn't answer the questions. So
but I'm saying that you were asking those same questions. It's not like they didn't use the time well. And by the way, this is the one thing I don't understand about this issue is Trump sat down with Pence. And Bush sat down with whatever, and Clinton sat down with Gore. It's a common thing. They're trying to build up Waltz also, and they asked him tough questions.
Are you serious?
Hey, listen. You were the guy obsessing about this.
Are you serious?
I am serious as a heart attack on this show. I do not joke.
Okay, so you do not joke. You're serious as a heart attack. Then you know it was a complete waste of Americans' time.
You asked for it.
To sit down and watch that.
I told them they should do an interview with you. They did it with CNN.
Dana Bash.
I thought she did okay.
She did okay, but she didn't follow up at all on the wall stuff. She let him walk all over her. And listen. Rule of thumb. Here's the rule of thumb from my side.
Right, and you've done this.
Right?
You've done interviews like this.
Yes. So when you're doing high-profile nature interviews like that, obviously there are pre-existing conditions, right?
Right.
And so, if you want the interview and everybody and their mother wanted that interview, you have to agree to these conditions that generally don't get out to the public.
Not the content.
Not the content, but conditions.
Like format.
So like, for example, the general rule of thumb is with politicians that talk forever and say nothing. Hint, hint. The rule of thumb is you ask one question and one follow-up.
Got it.
And then you keep it moving. But sometimes it requires two or three follow-ups.
She did that. So far, you haven't gotten to any substance. So you let substantively what she said was fine. You're going to vote for her now, Harris?
Wait, what, Kamala Harris?
Yeah. You could wait a minute. No critique of her substance.
You said substance?
Yeah. So
what? Wait a minute. You just offended me. What substance did Kamala Harris bring to that interview?
She responded to every question. So you had it. You have nothing to say. You're fine with what you said on fracking?
No. Obviously.
Did you like the fracking answer?
No, I don't, because she thinks it was stupid. She's on tape in 2019,
correct,
stating that she's aggressively against fracking,
and she answered it for you.
And then she becomes the nominee, and I hope those are the right words, that she becomes the nominee, because I can't recall a single American that voted for her at the top of the ticket in the primary. But she becomes the nominee, and she basically, without saying it, goes, I didn't say that. Look at my position.
No. She said she did cast the deciding vote in favor of fracking in the United States Senate. Mm-hmm. When she was vice president. She said, basically, this is who I am now. I've been consistent that I want to deal with climate change. We had a plan to do that include not doing fracking. Now I'm okay with it. But listen, are you offended by someone who changes their positions?
Well,
careful as I ask that one, because you're usually good at spotting my traps.
Okay.
Are you offended by a candidate who changes his positions?
I'm aware of every trap that you set for me, and I am offended in this case. And let me tell you why. Because when I give you this answer, you're going to go IVF. When I give you this answer,
I got plenty. Oh, by the way, IVF is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay. But
your guy flips and flops, and I don't think the American people care that much. But go ahead.
Okay. So she's against fracking. But oops, fracking goes over well in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a battleground state. Oops, the Democrats need Pennsylvania desperately.
Yes.
So her core values out the window, and now she supports fracking.
Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Wait a minute. Elizabeth, This is the big one.
No, I think
this is the big one. I'm about to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner just admitted that Democrats can be opportunists and phonies.
Everyone heard it. I'm not opportunists and phonies. I think that the primaries...
Democrats meaning those running for office.
I understand.
Okay.
I think that it's happens frequently that candidates move to their right in the Republican primary and then attack back to the center.
Not this bad. Not this bad.
Fracking is fairly minor. At least someone doesn't flip-flop on like...
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Let me finish my thought. Saying no, it's not five times is not...
because you want to go to abortion. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
How did you know? Was
it the look on my face? No, you think I don't know you by now? If it were up to you,
changing a position
if it were up to you, we would talk about abortion every week.
You mean
from
Donald
start
Trump?
To finish.
You mean Donald Trump? Donald Trump's tweeting about it nonstop.
If it were up to you, that's all.
But that's all Donald Trump is talking about.
And you know why that's what we would talk about?
Because Donald Trump's talking about it.
You know why that's all we would talk about? Because that's all you got.
No.
I want to see if you can be honest. I want to see how honest you can be.
Go ahead. If you're going to ask an opinion, that's not an honesty question. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to see how honest you can be.
Go ahead.
You're not offended at the intellect of your nominee for president?
No. I'm offended by the intellect of your nominee, who's a blockhead.
Wait a minute. You're offended at Trump's
Yeah, Donald Trump's an idiot.
He's an idiot?
How many cameras do we have? Donald Trump is an idiot. Donald Trump is an idiot. Do we have a 3-shot, a 2-shot? Donald Trump is an idiot. Yeah. And by the way, and anyone who doesn't know that Donald Trump is an idiot is an idiot. Now, please proceed to tell me that Donald Trump is an idiot.
Okay, so let me borrow your antics here. Did we have war under Trump?
Yes, of course.
Did we? Where?
In Afghanistan.
Okay, but that was before he came into office.
In the Middle East.
That doesn't matter.
In the Middle East.
That doesn't matter.
What point are you trying to make?
Matter. The point I'm trying to make is look what happened under you Democrats.
He released 5,000 Taliban fighters and got nothing for it.
If I were you, I wouldn't talk about Afghanistan.
Oh, I'd love to anytime. Bring it on, Chicky.
Okay,
this is a guy. Your guy just walked into Arlington Cemetery, trampled on the rules.
Your guy and girl.
Trampled it.
Your guy and girl got them killed. Where were they?
Wait a minute. One thing at a time. Your guy violated the laws. You always complain.
Violated? Where was your president and your vice president?
I don't have any problem with your guy being there. That's not the issue. Are you really not up to date on this?
No.
I know that you've been working really hard, but are you not aware that he broke the law when he went to Arlington Cemetery and brought cameras? So bad that the United States...
No.
Stop saying no. It's hard for them to cut the sound.
First of all, the military is going to use any lie.
The military. Now you're against...
the Biden administration tells them to use.
You're against the military. You're against the administrators of Arlington Cemetery.
Okay, Anthony Weiner, where was President... Oh, he was on vacation.
You're against...
He was on vacation. I forgot. He was on vacation.
I have no problem.
Those 13 soldiers, it's disgusting what you're doing.
No, what's disgusting? What's disgusting is standing over a grave like this.
No.
That's disgusting.
That's not what Trump did.
Yes, it is.
That's not what Trump did.
Donald Trump with an orange face. That's what he did.
That's not what Trump did.
And he broke the law to do it.
And where was Kamala Harris?
Okay. I'm going to ask you to focus now. This is going to be hard for you.
Can you answer the question?
I am not criticizing the visit. More power to him to visit. If you want to be an idiot, hold on. We're not talking about the visit right now. I'm talking about the fact that he violated the rules of the visit.
We can come to that. Where was Kamala?
Kamala Harris was in New Georgia.
And you think it's wise for her to be in Georgia when those 13 families are in pain? They're mourning. They're young adults. Young adults are dead because of your president and your vice president.
Your president released 5,000 Taliban soldiers. Let's not forget that. Your president led to the downfall of the government.
And who rushed this
good question.
This leave from Afghanistan?
Question. Donald Trump set the timeline.
No. Who actually?
Donald Trump negotiated the timeline. Donald Trump negotiated the timeline. Did you say rush?
Who carried it out?
Did you say rush?
Who carried it out?
Who's the president?
Who carried it out?
Who was the president when it
carried it out?
Listen,
yes.
The president who defeated your guy like a rented...
No. Can you please tell me which president carried it out?
Listen. You got to listen to the answers.
Which president carried it out and left all the equipment there? Which one, Mr. Weiner? Which one? You know the answer.
I know every answer, but you haven't listened to a single one. Do you want any of the questions?
The guy
you're asking questions because you don't know.
The guy that you praised until he dropped out of the race.
Dominic.
And then when he dropped out of the race, you said...
Dominic, you're asking questions because you don't know, and you need to be educated. Let me do it.
Okay, you know what? I'm getting tired of your I need to be educated.
You're asking questions and then not listening to the answers.
About a damn thing by you,
You're asking a series of questions.
Anthony, stop the patronizing.
Dominic.
I don't need you to educate me.
In that case, don't ask me questions.
I don't need you to educate me.
Don't ask me where Kamala is. Don't ask me who set it up.
Okay.
Don't ask me who was president.
Well, then
don't ask me what war.
Well, don't attack Trump.
I am going to attack
Trump.
Okay, forget. Go ahead, keep talking. You don't want the answers.
No.
You don't want the answers.
No. I want the answers. I don't want the bullshit.
I'm going to give you the answers.
I don't want the bullshit.
Okay, here's the answers in order. In order. Donald Trump was not there last year or the year before. In order. Kamala Harris has been there more times than Donald Trump has. In order. Who was the president that set up the timeline? Who rushed it? Donald Trump. In order. Who led it to be screwed up? It was the release of 5,000 Taliban soldiers by Donald Trump who got nothing. In order. Who was the president? Who was the president? Joe Biden was the president. You know why? Because your guy got beaten because he was a sucky president.
Okay.
Mike, drop.
Okay. No. Newsflash, you're not
Clip
Obama.
that bad boy.
Newsflash, you're not Obama.
Yeah, man. You are either on this train or under this train, Dominic Carter.
No. That's not another one. Come on with the cliches.
You can signal your mic drop moments. That was mine.
Okay, but wait a minute.
That's called answering your questions, Dominic. If you wouldn't talk over me.
Okay, so since you went through your litany of nonsense, and I tolerated it, let me go through mine.
Yeah, letting me talk is tolerating it. The left versus the right, not just the right talks nonstop.
Through mine. Biden is in office. Biden rushed the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Who set the date?
No.
What do you mean rushed? Who set the date?
Biden didn't have to adhere to that date.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and if he didn't, now that we released the 5,000 Taliban soldiers, they would have turned on our soldiers. Your guy is a fuck up.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Now, we shouldn't use that.
And you know who told us that?
We shouldn't use that.
By the way, Trump's generals told us that.
And what did the generals tell Biden? I can't believe you're stating this because you're walking down a lane you can't win.
Listen, I can argue Afghanistan all you want. The generals told him, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
What did the generals tell Biden?
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That's what the report said.
And didn't they advise him not
No, there was not a consensus on that. They had two bad choices because Donald Trump set it up that way. They could leave on the schedule. Listen,
Donald Trump.
Who negotiated this?
Why do you dislike Trump so much?
Who negotiated? Because he's a terrible president. He violated the Constitution. He led a violent insurrection. He's a 34-time felon. I mean, do I need more reasons? He's a hateful guy that says terrible things about black people. He posts memes online about a sexist and racist. And he's an absolute phony.
If Trump is that bad, why was Biden's approval numbers lower than Trump's?
Biden, you went around against Biden still?
Yeah, okay, you know what's so interesting about this? You are being a complete phony up until the point that Kamala Harris replaced him on the ticket. You were saying all these great things about Biden.
That does it.
And now all of a sudden you're not saying anything.
That's baloney. He is a great president and a bad candidate. I've said those words thousands of times. I did a podcast in 2022 saying both candidates should not run.
I'm not talking about what you said on your podcast.
I'll do it here. Fine.
Right? No, of course. Now you'll say bad things about him.
No. I will find you cuts from our show. How long have we been doing this? A few months now?
Yes.
At least 5 or 6 times where I said the words, great president, bad candidate, but we're stuck with him.
I defy you to do that.
Done. And what are you going to do? What piece of furniture are you going to eat when I produce that for you?
Okay, but here's a question I have for you. Yes, sir. Go ahead. This is no joking matter, right? Yeah. Because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, those 13 American soldiers from Afghanistan, there are no more birthdays from them. And if the family members invited Trump,
no problem with that.
Okay. So all right. Okay, we can deal with the pictures.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, Anthony.
Someone wants to visit.
Anthony,
that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Anthony, we can deal with the pictures. Do you think it was appropriate for the President of the United States and the Vice President, after they botched the withdrawal, to not be there in honor of
What do you
those
mean
families?
on year 3, the 3rd year anniversary? What other politician was there?
You're being disrespectful.
No, I'm asking you, what other politician was there? So is that true of J.D. Vance too?
Okay.
Is it true of J.D. Vance? Is it true of Eric Adams? Is it true of why? I don't understand this. This was he was
you're
invited
being
by.
Disrespectful.
No, I'm not. I'm answering your question.
You're being disrespectful to these families.
What you're basically
don't
set up a straw man, Dominic.
Our
viewers are too, and listeners are too smart for this.
basically saying is so what to the families.
No, I'm saying
you're saying what your exact
I didn't
words,
say so what.
Your exact words. You said year 3, year 4. Do you think the pain goes away in year 3,
no,
year 4 for
you
those
didn't
families?
ask about those families. You asked about other politicians.
I set it up by talking about the families.
The families invited Donald Trump to come to be at the graveside of their son. That's fine.
If Trump can go, why can't Biden? Why can't Kamala Harris?
Why can't Vance?
No, can you please answer my question?
I'm asking you hypothetically, why can't Vance?
I will answer.
Why
as soon
can't
as
Governor
so in other
Hochul?
words, let the record reflect he doesn't have a damn answer.
I have
for
an
the
answer.
question.
There are
I'm waiting
thousands.
to hear it.
There are thousands of people in Arlington Cemetery, and politicians have been there thousands and thousands of times.
I'm not.
And I'm answering your question.
Don't give me a generic bullshit answer.
I am giving you.
I'm asking you a straight up and down question.
Dominic,
if Trump can go there at the invitation of the families on the anniversary, why can't the president of the United States and the vice president, who's not qualified for the top job, why can't she show up? Just like I thought, because you don't have an answer.
I have an answer.
You don't have an answer.
I get to do it, don't I? Do I get to do my own answer?
Go ahead. Yeah, but you don't ever answer a
Are
question.
you capable of letting me answer?
You.
Let's see. Apparently not.
Here we go.
I do the same exercise with my 13-year-old. Apparently not.
Here we
you
go.
let me know when you decide.
Here we go.
Let me know.
Here we go again.
Let me know.
Am I capable?
Let me know when you decide to let me answer.
Am I capable? Are you capable? Are you capable?
You just asked me a question. You don't
Because
want the
you
answer.
stand here week after week giving these
You asked me a
bullshit
question.
Democratic
You don't want an
answers.
answer.
Are you
can't handle the
capable?
truth.
I can't handle the truth.
You can't handle it. Otherwise, you let me talk.
Oh, you talking a lot, saying absolutely nothing. Saying absolutely nothing. And just like I thought, you're always talking about, Dominic, don't engage in a straw man. That's exactly what you're doing with your antics right now. You don't have an answer on Afghanistan.
You let me know when you want it.
Okay, I want to hear it, but I want you to answer my question.
You want to hear it while you're talking, or you want to hear it while I'm talking?
I want to hear you answer my question.
Do you want to hear my answer?
Not give me this democratic
Do you want to hear my
spin
answer?
as you do every
Sounds
week.
like you just want to talk.
Talking a lot and saying absolutely nothing. I want you to answer my question. Go ahead, Anthony.
Ready?
Yes.
You got to be quiet.
Go ahead.
Can you capable?
Go ahead.
Are you able to do it? This is patronizing. This is what you're doing. This is patronizing. In case you're ever wondering, this is patronizing.
Am I able to be quiet?
Yeah, let's see if you can do it.
Wait, am I?
So here's the answer to the question.
You cut me off on every answer.
There it is.
And am I capable of being quiet? Am I capable of being quiet? You quoted what people say online.
Quality radio.
You quoted what people say online.
Welcome to Right versus Right, or whatever the heck this show is called.
Let me quote you what the overwhelming comments that I get. Anthony Weiner never lets you talk, Dominic. Those are the comments that I get. So go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead, superstar. Go ahead.
This is so good. You're doing so well.
No, I am doing so well. I am doing so well.
You obviously are very interested in my answer.
I am very interested in your answer, but I know you can't answer the question.
And I know you haven't even. How do you even know? How do you even know?
Because do you ever answer any of them? Of course not.
All right.
So go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Dominic. So 8 minutes ago, you asked a question. So here it goes. So I don't have any problem with Donald Trump visiting. And if you want to say, and if you want, I'm in the middle of talking, and
right, but you're saying the same
you're
thing.
Being rude.
I
know, because you never let me get past that. You never let me get past.
You're saying the same thing for the 5th time. We're not talking about Trump right now. We're talking about President Biden and Vice President Harris. That's what I want you to answer.
Well, good job. You've made it to the break, and we'll be right back. Before we move off the Arlington Cemetery thing, I am going to try to answer your question.
Okay.
That I have absolutely no problem with a family inviting a politician to come there. That is no problem at all, and I think it's a great thing to do, and I think that politicians should go there and visit, see. It's an awesome thing to see. And if you want to say that every day, every elected official or every anniversary, let me just finish. But if you want to say that this person could have invited Kamala, and then she would have had to decide whether she wants to go.
Whether they were invited or not, they're the president of the United States.
I understand.
And the vice president.
You can say an anniversary of a thing. You can always say we went every year. We have this conversation in New York all the time around 9/11. Like, are there things you got to do every year?
Right.
I would love it if politicians did that.
Right.
Here's the thing, though.
Right.
I think
so you let the record reflect again. He refuses to answer the question.
No, you're saying where were they, and I'm saying that they
No,
weren't
I didn't
there.
say where were they. I'm saying that should they have been there?
No. I don't think that everyone needs to be everywhere all the time, and I don't think it shows disrespect on the 3rd anniversary. One family member have a ceremony for everything. Because I want to tell you something. One of the people that was caught in that illegal photo spray was a Green Beret that died by suicide, whose family was very private, and they did not authorize their gravestone to be used in a media hit.
Here we go. Attack Trump. You're pivoting. You don't want to focus on Kamala Harris, Dominic, and President Biden.
Dominic, you talk about honoring the families. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
No. You're talking about pivoting to a point to attack Trump.
I'm talking about honoring a family that was dishonored in this case.
You're not being honest.
Okay, so you don't think that person's family has any rights? The one who did not want to be in a photo.
Of course, they have a right.
So that was not a good thing to do, and that's why they have the law in place that Donald Trump broke. Now, Donald Trump always complains how he's being persecuted.
Donald Trump
always. All right, I'm going to try a different strategy. I'm going to not stop talking. Okay. I'm not saying. We'll see if this is good radio.
Okay.
Donald Trump always complains he's being persecuted when he breaks the law and he's prosecuted. Now the U.S. Army is not prosecuting him. And by the way, I don't know why. When you violate the laws of Arlington Cemetery, it's a law that says you can't do photographs in there. It is a law. You can't just say we're not going to. And Dominic, you can do the right. I'm not going to stop talking. I tried shutting up. I tried shutting up, and I tried shutting up. Now I'm not. I'm going to show you how bad radio can be in both cases.
So talk.
And you never shut up. All right. You want to see? You spend the entire show yelling at me. You're going to see how crummy this is going to be for radio. And you're doing it because you are trying to bully me, and I can't be bullied because I'm tougher than you. I am like America. I am tougher than Donald Trump. Donald Trump acts like a bully. Dominic Carter acts like a bully. I won't be bullied. Nor will the American people. Nor will Kamala Harris. Nor will Walls be bullied. We will not be bullied by you. We will not be bullied. We will not be bullied. You represent. I represent America. You represent a cult. I won't be bullied by you. The military won't be bullied by you. The armed services won't be bullied by you. You see how bad this is for radio? You won't stop talking while I talk, and you think I'm going to. This is why this is terrible radio.
No.
And you're saying the same thing over and over again. You're not examining. I'm representing a cult. I represent a cult. I represent a cult. You must be kidding. America, you must be kidding. See how terrible this radio is? I wanted to alternate back and forth. You didn't want to alternate back and forth. You don't want to stick to a subject. You know why? Because you don't have the bandwidth mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually to do it. You're incapable. You're like your candidate. Your candidate can't stick with the thing for 5 minutes. No. I'm not done. I'm showing you the other strategy. I'm showing you the other strategy. I'm showing you the other strategy. You attack me all the time. You say I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And you talk over me. And by the way, it's a form of attack when you don't let someone finish. I'm showing you what this is like. That's right. That's a form of attack. I don't care. You're saying you think this is good radio. I'm going to show you for one whole episode how this is terrible radio. This is bad radio. The moment you decide to alternate, I'll go back to doing that. If you tell me I tried stopping, that didn't work. Now I'm going to talk all the time. We'll see if that works. You will not. You will not. You've showed you won't. You asked me a question for 6 minutes in the first break and wouldn't let me answer once. So I'm trying a different strategy. Maybe this strategy will work. One way or another, I am going to impress upon you that this is two people here. Left versus right. Anthony and Dominic Carter. You don't get to barrel over me because I'm showing you I can barrel as well as you. I can barrel. I can go. I'm not even close. I'm not even close. I can do this all day. You see how terrible this is for radio? The rundown, we're not following it. The issues, we're not following it. If you want to alternate, I'll do it.
Every week, I pull punches.
Point made. Once again, you are eating my dust. Point made.
Mr. Weiner, every week I pull punches and don't attack you in terms of on substance or personally.
You just did all. You did. You call me a liar. How often do you call me a liar?
Because you lie every week.
Okay, so you do attack me.
You lie every week.
Phony.
You
busted for being a phony.
No, you lie
Dominic
every
Carter. I never attack you. I attack you every week.
Anthony.
Yes, Dominic.
Okay.
Repeating over and over again is not a debate.
Okay. So you'd rather do this?
No, I'd rather alternate and beat your ass on substance.
Okay, that's impossible.
I know, because you won't let me talk. You ask a question and then don't let me answer. Then we go to a break. I'm listening to you, but I'm also talking because I'm showing you that your way of doing it sucks. It's bad radio. If you want to alternate, which is what I want to do, and follow the rundown, we'll do it. All right? Are you ready to submit to that?
So let me just say this one thing. On my worst day.
Okay, yeah, now I'm going to do what you do, which is talk over you. I'm going to show you. This sucks, doesn't it? You might be saying something very clever. You might be saying something very smart. But we're finding out that talking over someone is really bad.
Okay.
Isn't it? Isn't it bad, Dominic? Isn't talking over someone really bad? Isn't it better to let the other person answer? Dominic, isn't it better to let the other person answer? I've been trying to tell you this for months, and you don't listen. You don't want to let the other person talk. You want to ask questions and then talk over them. Okay. This is terrible, isn't it? Admit it, Dominic.
This sucks as well.
This sucks, right? Doesn't this suck, Dominic? Isn't this the worst? Isn't this the worst possible thing?
I could have lost my best friend.
Exactly.
And you would never beat me.
That's fine.
Anyway.
One way. You know who should decide that? I'll tell you. The listeners should decide that. They want to hear both sides. They do not want to hear you talking over me nonstop. They don't want to hear you talking over me nonstop. You want to say questions, answer. Question, answer. That's a conversation. That's every good show like this has been that. Talking nonstop like this. See, it's not fun, is it? This is not fun listening to me talk over you. Exactly. You did the whole first segment.
No.
Your whole first segment.
Because you're saying bullshit.
Okay. Whatever your reason is, you can call something bullshit or you can persuade the listener that it's bullshit.
Okay, Anthony, I am telling you facts.
No, you're giving me opinion. First of all, shove it up your fact. You're giving me your opinion.
Oh my God.
What fact? Give me a fact. Like Trump let 5,000 Taliban soldiers out? Like that fact? Like Trump set the timeline? That fact? You're giving me opinions. Stop calling it fact like you're so freaking righteous.
Trump showed up to the...
with a camera crew.
Okay. Trump showed up...
Yes, a fact. A fact. Ding, 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 ding. We have a fact.
Trump showed up. The president of the United States and the vice president.
Do you want me to? Yeah, that's exactly right.
And notice
Wait a minute.
Talk about anything.
Kamala Harris showed up in Georgia, and your guy didn't. Does that mean he doesn't love Georgia?
Showed up in Georgia? What do you mean?
She went to a rally in Georgia. Your guy didn't. How does that mean he doesn't love Georgia?
You're referring to those.
Does that mean Georgia? He doesn't love? Of course not. Of course not. Of course it doesn't.
Wait a minute. When she couldn't even get out the Supreme Court.
Wait a minute. Your guy showed up with camera crew where it's illegal to do it.
All right.
Your guy has teleprompters too, by the way.
Okay, so listen. For the last couple of minutes, you have insulted the listenership.
Oh, there's no one still listening. There's no one still listening. They didn't listen to that first block when you were asking me 7 questions, wouldn't let me get an answer out. I'm just showing you this doesn't work, Dominic. It's crummy radio. It's lousy radio. It's probably bad even on video. The whole thing sucks.
Okay, no, it doesn't suck. You know why? Because it exposes you and the Democrats for being absolute.
What was my answer on Afghanistan?
Asses that lie.
What was my answer on Afghanistan? You didn't let me give it.
Okay, can I tell you what you said on Afghanistan?
No, I said what I said. But you
asked me what was your answer on Afghanistan.
I said that.
So it was a rhetorical question.
No.
Now I'm going to do you like you do me. Do you know what that means?
What rhetorical means?
Do you know what DEI means?
Yeah, I roasted you on that. I roasted you on that. You are still trying to think of an answer for that. That's still stuck in your craw? Should we do it again? Did you have some time to think about it?
Let's not do that.
Let's go back and forth.
That your candidate is the prime rib example. Because
she's black.
Rib example.
Because she's black.
DEI.
Because she's black. Because she's black. Anyone black.
Because she's incompetent.
Anyone black in a position of power. All right, so that's nothing to do with the race, does it?
Did I say Obama was incompetent?
This has nothing to do with her.
Say Obama was incompetent?
You said she's DEI. Does that mean
she?
Right, because she's incompetent, right? So it has nothing to do with her race, right?
No.
Okay, so why do you say DEI?
Because she happens to be a woman of color.
But that DEI means
Indian.
DEI means you got ahead because of it. You don't mean that, do you? You're taking it back because you realize that all across the country, people are getting their ass kicked for saying that.
First of all, I don't know what you mean by people getting their butts kicked.
You have been saying...
What do you mean people are getting their butts kicked? I don't know what you're talking about.
Quite literally, people are losing their jobs for insulting Kamala Harris based on her race.
Wait, you do mean when we mention DEI...
Right. That really stuck in your craw, huh?
No. That American companies are pulling back from DEI. You do mean
Which part?
That.
Which of the 3 letters are they pulling back from?
Come on, man. Stop insulting my intelligence.
No, which I'm sure. Are they pulling back from diversity?
Stop, Anthony, please.
Are they pulling back from equity?
Stop insulting my intelligence.
You're insulting the listeners again. What companies are pulling back from DEI?
I know you think you know everything, but you don't.
You just said something stupid. I'm calling you on it.
You don't. You don't know everything.
Can you tell me a company is pulling back from diversity?
Oh, several pulled back this week. An automobile company.
Which one's pulling back from equity?
Okay, Anthony, what else do you want to talk about?
No.
I'm not going to.
You're stuck in here, pal.
Anthony,
you brought it up. You're stuck in here, pal.
What I get to say.
Hey, I did a rundown that you didn't want to do. So now you raise the subject. You control it. Okay. I am now going to kick your ass all over the screens all over it.
No.
I didn't realize that stuck in your cross so much.
Anthony, I like you, right? But this is 2024. Yeah. A white guy cannot make a black guy do anything.
Can Anthony make Dominic?
No, you can't make me do a damn thing.
So you can raise your own subject, right?
And I want to repeat. If I come in here with a broken leg, COVID, the flu.
You know how? By interrupting me, like I'm doing now. No, I'm going to show you. This is how Dominic does it. This is how Dominic does it by talking.
You can't beat me in any of these discussions.
There is a reason.
On my worst day.
There is a reason you interrupt me.
There's a reason why I interrupt you.
Yes.
I interrupt you.
Yes, and there's a reason why you repeat yourself over and over again when you can't think of anything else to say.
I repeat. I interrupt you. I repeat you.
You're like a literal echo chamber. No. Yeah, there's a reason you do that. Is because if we ever did have a debate on the substance and stick to this rundown, you'd be crawling out of here on all fours every week.
All right. Okay. So let's stick to the substance, but let's have a rule. If I say something that's not true, you call me out on it. And Lord knows if you, because all you ever do is say.
Not true or something you disagree with?
All you ever do is say is bullshit every week, period.
All right. So I'm going to try to explain something to you, and this is condescending.
Here we go. Yeah, it is condescending. Right. I don't need you to explain anything to me. Nothing.
Tough. I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, but tough. And see, therein lies the problem.
But you're going to talk. You're going to talk. All right. So I'm going to go back to the strategy of talking over you. I'm going to explain something to you. I'm going to explain there's an opinion and a fact.
Go ahead.
An opinion is something that you believe, and a fact is something that just is. I know it's hard for a Trump supporter to understand that concept, that an opinion and a fact are not the same thing. For example, it's my opinion that I never would have lost this race. It's impossible, so let me lead an insurrection. As opposed to a fact where you did lose the race. You got but less votes than Hillary Clinton. You got less votes than Joe Biden. Those are the that Dominic is the difference. Yeah, woo! You're making sounds now. You can't even think of words to say anymore.
No,
and that's why you don't want to have this conversation
because you're going off the deep end.
No, I'm explaining to you your rule. If you want to say don't say it. You're talking while I'm talking. You're talking while I'm talking. You're talking while I'm talking. You're talking while I'm talking.
Whenever I want to.
In that case, we'll get fine. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll both talk right. We'll both talk. Okay, good. In that case, we won't take turns. I thought we just said you set up a rule that said if someone said a fact that was wrong, and I said so long as it's not an opinion that you don't like. How about this for an opinion? An opinion is you're in a cult. That's an opinion. I admit that's not a fact. I could probably go to a dictionary definition of a cult and come this close to it being a fact, but that's my opinion.
So can I go first on this fact-based discussion? All right. So we know Trump attended the event at Arlington. That's a fact.
Yes.
We know that the vice president, Kamala Harris, who wants the top job, did not attend.
That is also a fact.
We know that President Biden did not attend.
Also a fact. So now we know 3 people were in 3 different places in one day. Congratulations. Keep going.
Thank you very much, Mr. Condescending. So now I want you to tell me, we can talk about Trump in the camera. We can talk about that. I want you to tell me why in the world it's okay for Trump to be there when it didn't happen on his watch, but the 2 people that it happened on their watch, the president and the vice president, they're not there with these families.
You're asking me why 3 people chose to be at 3 different places at one moment.
That's not what I'm asking you.
I think that is literally what you're asking.
So see, here we go.
I think you literally just asked why aren't 3 people in the same place rather than 3 different places.
No, what I'm specifically asking you is why the president of the United States,
one person,
and the vice president of the United States was not there.
And Trump what?
No.
3 people. So you're asking why 3 people in 3 different places? No. Because they were in other places, Dominic.
I just told you specifically what I was asking.
I know, and I answered you.
Okay.
Why they were 3 different places?
And you don't think that's disrespectful?
No. I've answered this. You see, if you weren't talking the whole time, you'd hear my answer.
If I wasn't talking.
And by the way, repeating everything to buy yourself time is not good debate
I'm not
either.
First of all,
you keep repeating it.
First of all, okay, we got to take a break. Is that what
we kind of do? It's a terrible way to go out.
And we need to get some
modulators.
No,
for our microphone.
Yeah, modulators. Oh no, Dominic doesn't know what modulators are. I mean, based on what Anthony says.
Dominic, you shouldn't feel so insecure. You've got a great vocabulary,
brother. The last thing I am
Anthony
is
Weiner.
Insecure.
Anthony Weiner on the left.
Believe me when I tell you.
Anthony Weiner on the left, a very secure Dominic Carter on the right, and we'll be right back. So welcome back to Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left with only a little voice left. Dominic Carter on your right.
I have my voice.
I know that you do, and I just want to say you did a whole bunch of fill-in this past week. Every bit of it was good. I hate to say it. You talk about grudging respect.
And you're good.
Very good
on your show.
Well, I appreciate it.
But it's just that when we get here on your show, you're reasonable.
Yeah.
You don't yell.
Well, no one's yelling at me.
You take all these
except
calls.
the callers are yelling at me.
No, you take these calls and you'll concede information, concede facts. But when you get here, you become the Tasmanian devil.
We've heard this riff before. All right, so we got a couple more issues.
The Tasmanian devil.
No, that's true. But I've heard this riff. How come you're so calm over here? The reason I'm calm here is because, frankly, I have some time to talk.
You're not so condescending.
Yeah, I know. You're bringing out the worst in me, my man. You're bringing out the worst in me.
Hey, if you don't stop, Dominic, I don't stop, I'm going to get some soap, or I'm going to call your mama.
Dominic,
How about that?
I hate bullies.
That's what I'm going to do.
I hate bullies. That's why I don't like your guy.
I'm going to call your mama.
I don't like Trump, and when you try to bully me, I don't like it.
I'm going to call your mama, and we'll see how your mama resolves this.
We got a couple issues.
She's going to use some soap, Mr. Weiner.
Okay.
But she might use it on both of us.
All right. So the next issue we have in the rundown is kind of resolved at this point. It looks like the debate's going to happen. You think both of them show up on September 10th? A lot of jousting about the rules.
I don't think we should talk about this.
Let me ask you just one thing.
I don't think we should talk about the debate. I really don't, because you're not going to be honest. Your candidate is looking for every...
Opinions.
No, these are facts.
Which one?
These are facts. Well, you didn't let me finish, so I couldn't get the facts out. Okay?
Well, you start out... I'm not going to be honest.
This is the team for Kamala Harris. We need an excuse to get out of this. We need the mics to be unmuted.
Which is the fact. Which is the fact you're going to point out, because none of those things are facts.
Her team wanting the mics to be unmuted, that's not a fact?
They do want them unmuted.
You said, what's the fact? I'm telling you that's the fact.
I thought you said they're trying to get out of the debate. The only one who's tweeted online about getting out of the debate has been Trump. Never has Harris said that she's not going to do the debate.
Okay, Kamala Harris.
So that's not a fact. That might be your opinion, but that's not a fact.
The vice president, with all due respect for her, she can't even sit for an interview with CNN without talking out of both sides of her mouth and having...
You want to go back to that? We're going to do the debate.
Well, you asked me a question and you won't even let me get to my... All right, I'm just going to shut up because you know everything for everybody.
You do owe me some...
And you got all the answers.
You do owe me some uncontested time. So I appreciate that.
But you got all the time. Go ahead.
So, the fact of the matter is, I don't even think... If Donald Trump said that he was fine having the mics open... And I think Kamala Harris wants them open. I don't know why they're being muted except to protect Donald Trump from going off on rants about Hannibal Lecter, about how bacon is expensive because of solar power, and these other crazy things. So I frankly think let's leave it open. Has Donald Trump won a single debate? I mean, Joe Biden lost that last debate in 2020. Donald Trump was a freaking, he couldn't control himself. And by the way, which Donald Trump is going to show up? The one that is a national ban on IVF, or the one that is in favor of it? The one that believes in choice, or the one that believes in no choice? The one that believes in a 6-week ban in Florida, or the one that doesn't believe in a 6-week ban in Florida? I just don't understand. This guy, you complain about Kamala Harris flip-flopping on fracking. How do you explain your guy flip-flopping so much?
Am I allowed to speak, boss?
You see what happened there? I asked a question, then I'm pausing for your answer.
Am I allowed to speak, boss?
Do you have an answer?
Boss, can I say a word, boss?
I asked you a question. You see, this is how polite people operate. They ask a question and they wait.
Am I allowed to talk?
That's 4 times in a row you repeated yourself.
Boss, I just want to know it's okay that I speak.
5 times.
You haven't given me permission yet, boss.
6 times.
Can I speak?
7 times.
I just want you to answer. Can I speak?
8
Am
times.
I allowed to speak
9
without
times.
you interrupting me?
9 times, saying the same thing.
Am I allowed to speak without you interrupting me?
10 times.
Okay, so I'll try it.
10 times to get to that. Look at all that time you burned.
And let.
I hope you're able to compose your thought.
Look, he's already cutting me off. He's already cutting me off.
Dominic, stalls for time.
Number one.
That's a masterclass in stalling for time you just did
Number one, Donald Trump doesn't have anything to worry about on a debate stage. You know, like I know, Kamala Harris, I was that little girl on the bus, Joe Biden. You're insinuating you're a racist. She's not going to be able to get those moments. Tulsi Gabbard mopped the floor with her in a debate. Yeah. So that's why Tulsi Gabbard is advising Trump.
No, she's a Russian plant. That's why she's in that room. Because Trump is a Russian stool. Okay. RFK is a Russian plant, and Gabbard's a Russian plant. It's Team Putin.
So I got out 20 seconds before he interrupted me. And
you said, isn't that true? That's a question.
And I'm surprised it took that long. Can I, as a speak, boss?
By the way, which side are you on? Putin's side or America's side?
As I is allowed to speak,
are you a Team Putin?
Boss, as I allowed to speak.
If you answer this question, are you on Team Putin like Trump is?
Yeah, you would like it to be that way. Never in your lifetime would it be that way.
Are you on
I
Team?
Speak when I want to speak.
Are you on Team Putin?
You don't get to set the questions. You don't get to. No, flip-flopper. Yep. Wait, I'm a flip-flopper?
Yeah, you're a cult member of a flip-flopper, so that makes you one by association.
Okay, so what are you supporting Kamala?
I am an American who believes in the Constitution.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. And
I go in for you to ask me. Can you ask me who won the 2020 election? Since your brain dead leader doesn't seem to understand. And by the way, a lot of his cult followers.
How can you call any president of the United States brain dead? How could you do that, Anthony?
Paying attention? Have you not been paying attention?
No, Anthony.
Hannibal Lecter.
Anthony, how could you do that respectfully?
How can I do it? I'm completely disrespectful.
Right, I'm
being completely disrespectful. He's an anti-American sociopath.
Says you.
Yeah, that's why my name is right there. I get to say stuff.
Right.
Oh, is that the problem you've been having this whole time? You didn't realize I was allowed to say stuff?
No.
It's called an opinion.
No.
Actually, this is getting pretty close to scientifically provable.
No.
What's with this Hannibal Lecter thing with him?
You know, every time you try and get
by the way, he recently said that.
Right.
He recently,
so you're just ask rhetorical
doesn't this suck?
Of yourself.
Doesn't this suck?
No. I mean, I know you're a know-it-all.
Doesn't this suck? But I agree, man.
You're going to just ask questions and not
let the other one answer. What does that remind you of?
And so what I'm surprised.
I'm with you, man.
What I'm surprised.
Welcome to Team Let Each Other Talk.
I'm surprised that management is considering taking this show to 2 hours.
Do not.
And
do not, man.
With me and you,
I'm doing everything I can to show why it ain't working.
Where I got to sit up here and listen to you, you won't even be honest.
Why
in
do
your
I write?
assessment.
By the way, can I ask you a question here? Just turn off the microphones.
You cut me off again.
No, turn off the microphones. Turn off the cameras. Why do I do these? Why do I do these rundowns?
It's great that you do that.
Yeah, but why am I doing them? I mean, you can turn the cameras off, turn the microphones off.
Right.
Why am I doing this rundown with this very interesting? Like, I give it a little thought. I send it to you in advance, and you're like, "Great idea, let's." And then you never stick to it. Why is that?
Okay,
because you want to keep me on my toes or something.
Now, boss, am I allowed to speak?
Well, let's turn the microphone. If you're going to do the boss thing, turn the microphones back on.
I just want to know.
Turn the mics and the cameras back on.
I just want to know. Can I, as a speak, boss? Can I say something? Hey, that looks like you got a decent jump shot. Maybe you're a better basketball player, a better hockey player than you are a political.
It's editing. It's all editing. I did that 5 times. They just edited out the bad ones until they get the good ones. Yeah.
Okay, so what was your question again?
You see, that's the other thing that happens. You run out of gas like 20 minutes into the program.
I run out of gas.
Yeah, you do at the end. What are we talking about? That's why I do the rundown. Let's go back to the rundown.
We're going back to the rundown?
We do.
Hey, but at least this week you didn't dance around the set or anything like that.
Kidding? I did the mic drop thing. That one's going to go viral.
It's going to go viral?
Sure. Not that I know not that I even know what that is. That's what the kids say. All right.
Okay.
Let me ask you, Trump bulks up with former Dems, Tulsi and RFK. Do you think it matters?
I think it's wonderful on his part. Wonderful.
But do you think it matters electorally? You think anyone's still out there to be?
Yes, I just answered the question. I know you don't want to hear it.
No,
but RFK
you said
Jr.
wonderful as if you're about to.
He's now not in the role of a spoiler, and he's on Team Trump, and your girl is about to lose badly.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a little question.
Go ahead, ask me another question.
So RFK has said repeatedly that Trump would be horrible, is a horrible president. And all
right.
And Trump said
I'm
RFK.
That little girl on the bus, Joe Biden.
RFK didn't say that. And Trump has also
said.
Little
girl. Who said that? Who said that?
We're talking about RFK and
Who
Tulsi.
said that?
Well,
Who said that?
That lasted a while.
Who said that?
All right, so much for the Tulsi RFK segment of our show.
Who said that? Who said that?
Kamala Harris said it in a debate.
Right. And who did she say it to?
Joseph Rabinel Biden.
And who did she end up serving as vice president to?
Joseph. Oh, well, really? So now you don't.
Can you answer the question?
Joe, you don't know who he served. That's really bad.
Okay. So,
that's really bad. You really don't know?
Okay, so she served as his vice president.
Correct.
Right? And now she said some horrible things about Biden.
Horrible? Let's not get carried away. Said that he was wrong about busing. By the way, we've done this about 50 times when Biden was the candidate. I know you wish he was. He's not anymore.
Oh, boy.
Let's go back and do it again. Or just better yet, do me a favor, Eric. Just cut play on the 7 times we've talked about this. But go ahead. Do it again.
No, the only thing
do it again. Because if anyone's still hanging in there with this program at this point, they're real loyalists. So they've heard it before.
Boss, as eyes allowed to
you're doing
speak,
it again.
As eyes allowed to speak, boss.
This stick was moderately funny 8 minutes
ago. I just want to know. What you gonna name me Toby now? As eyes allowed to speak, boss. Or I can't speak, boss.
No, speaking is not. Speaking is something that you get to do when you are polite to the other person. So no, you haven't earned it yet.
Okay, Anthony.
Now, do you want to talk? Go ahead. I will let you speak now.
Okay. So
since we're off the rundown and we're not talking about Tulsi or RFK, and you're going back to an episode 6 weeks ago.
So whether I have earned it. Now, I like you, man. You know I like you, but how dare you?
Oh, so don't be. Oh, did I hurt your feelings?
How dare you?
Did your feelings get hurt?
No,
how dare I? Settle down. You've been yelling at me, calling me a liar all day.
My feelings don't get hurt.
Good. Okay.
My feelings don't get hurt.
So stop whining.
I get even.
Stop whining.
My feelings don't get hurt. I get even.
You don't have the chops.
And you don't want.
That's why you don't stick to the rundown.
You don't want to bring out that tiger side because trust me, Anthony, I will destroy you on the left versus the right.
I got
week
an
after
idea.
week because you sit up here and you give. We've been instructed to stop cursing.
I got an idea.
I can't say what I really want to say.
Dominic, I have an actual idea.
But you sit up here with this bull every week.
I have an actual idea, and it's in keeping with...
You have an actual idea.
Yeah, but we don't have time, so let me say it. Okay.
Go ahead.
We turn off our mics when we're not talking. Let's see if Eric can do it for the next episode. I'm in if you are.
Wait, you want to turn off our mics?
When we're not talking, so the other person is talking.
So you want to do the opposite of what your presidential candidate wants to do.
What they're doing. Right, exactly.
Right. I
want to do the opposite of that.
Okay, but wait.
Come on, do it.
But wait. You know you're my man. No,
but I'm saying I want to do this.
But you know why I can't agree to that?
The same reason because you can't control yourself.
No, because managers already told us stop cursing. So okay, so
no, you can't curse. But I'm saying,
but I can't do that
to show that I won't interrupt you if you don't interrupt me. I will commit to it by turning off my mic when I'm not talking.
But I can't commit to that because you start talking that Democratic bull. You know what?
At least we know who can't do it.
But you still my man. I'll shake your hand.
No. I'm saying, do you agree to this? And we'll have Eric try to hook it up next.
You know what? I'll agree to it. And so we got to even the time.
Yeah.
Even the time.
Well, you want to do it that?
And when I'm speaking,
and it's debate week. Let's do this.
And when I'm speaking, you can't pout and your head can't explode.
Okay. All right.
And all of that.
Listen, we only have a couple of minutes, but let's try to flesh this out. This is going to be debate week, right?
We're not done yet.
No, this is debate. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is debate week. Maybe in honor of debate week, and also
2 hours of this.
And also, hold on,
2 hours of this.
Dominic. And also, since it's our 200th episode, why don't we have someone come in and we'll recreate the debate like they're going to do in Atlanta? You and me, we'll get a moderator, we'll have camera, we'll stand behind podiums for a special edition of Left versus Right. You want to do it? Really? I think this is my best idea I've ever had. I don't have a lot of great ideas. I thought it'd be an excellent idea.
How much time do we have left?
You don't think it's Eric?
It's Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Vinny's about to start with the music.
I hate to say this.
And
I hate to say it. Sounds like you're running. Sounds like you're ducking.
Oh my God!
Because I think you know that
You've known me 30 plus.
Who should be the moderator, Vinny?
Anthony.
Let's get Vinny to moderate.
Anthony, have you ever seen me run?
No, I'm just kidding. But I think it's a great idea.
No, but I'm not kidding about how much time do we have.
What's your reason to not do it? You do this every week. I know you do it every week.
I can't take.
We have plenty of time. We have plenty of time.
We have plenty of time.
Yeah, we're going to do 2 hours. I'm making an executive decision right now.
No, okay, but no. How much time? I want to start my weekend, man.
Let's try this. I mean, can you at least keep an open mind about it so we can tell viewers next week we at least considered it seriously.
But you're not going to let me talk.
No. I'm saying we're going to do the exact same rules they have at the debate. The on-off button, Eric will control the sound. We have a moderator. We do like a little debate. We kind of do a little in honor of them having a debate. I think they'd promote it like hell over here. We'll have Libertini make some good promos for it. We'll maybe even put some bodies in the audience. Come on, man. Won't that be fun? I think this is my best idea yet.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Excellent.
But
I mean, if we can do it technically, let's try to do it. If they say they can't do it, I think it's a great idea, and I think John and Margo would like it. I mean, and here's what I do. I promise, I'll go easy on you. I'll bring out my B game.
Wait, you'll go easy on me?
Yeah. I probably won't wear a jacket. I'll wear a tie.
How much time do we have left here? How much time?
Does this seem like a good idea?
Is the program almost over? It's Saturday.
No, we're not that close.
It's going into.
We're not that close. By the way, we need this episode. We got to sell some advertising. You never make it to the finish line.
Okay, but I never make it to the finish line.
No, I'm saying you do this every week. Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
No. You know why I do that?
No.
Because with that bull, we're not allowed to curse. With that bull, you be
baloney.
Talking, Anthony,
yeah, go ahead.
That baloney.
Yeah.
I can only take but so much, man. I can only stomach but so much.
You just, man.
And remember,
it's the job.
I remember I've got to be back tomorrow evening.
I know.
To
I know.
do
That's the
show.
advantage. Look, the advantage I have is I'm fresh. I do like 1 hour in the set. You're all week working hard.
My brother, I'm always fresh.
You just said that you're not. You just said you're tired because you got to come back.
I said I'm tired of your baloney.
Right.
You know the word I want to use, but we're not allowed to say that. So you're baloney.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, we've limped to the finish line here. You have to start bringing some A game here. No, you got it right to the end.
No, you have to.
I do these issues and then you don't want to do them.
Here's a noble idea. You have to let me speak, and then when I ask you to counter, you have to honestly counter instead of pulling out your Democratic playbook. Maybe you'll start doing like Kamala and look down at the table for your answers.
Yeah, down on the table for the answers.
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner left, Dominic Carter on your right. Stay tuned to Vinny Meduno, and who knows, maybe a special edition next week. Who knows?